So today we will talk about the new paradigm in psychology. Psychology in the old dichotomic paradigm is something that have been somehow divided from medicine. Medicine is taking care of the body, psychology is taking care of the mind. And between the two there have been some connection, of course, but still psychology tends to cure only the mind. And in the evolution of psychology, one of the most important steps was the cognitive comportamental school of psychology, that basically was not taking particular care of the core of the consciousness of the self, but just working on a more, let's say, functional way. The mindfulness revolution happened when John Kabat-Zinn create the mindfulness and the mindfulness-based protocol for stress. He just took a very ancient, old, 2,500 old practice that was Vipassana, and that was full of believing system, religious path, and just it clear everything. And he chose the basic practice, just being conscious of yourself. Be conscious, let's start being conscious of your breath, and this practice becomes scientifically meditation that have been really widely used all over the world. John Kabat-Zinn start, and then many others start and follow, like Williams, Siegel, Tisdale. And these three guys create the mindfulness-based cognitive therapy that is MBCT, for a protocol for depression, and was really helpful. Really, the scientific clinical evidence were really strong. So much that in few years, this is the Time magazine, the most important and worldwide spread magazine, and two front pages to the science of meditation. It is important, is a small letter, but science is the basic point, so the meditation can appear on time. The mindfulness revolution, the science of find this focus. And look at this incredible exponential curve of scientific publication on mindfulness. Before year 2005, basically there was no publication, no scientific research. And then all of a sudden, after Kabat-Zinn started this incredible new way to express the old meditation in a very scientific, simple, not religious. He took away all the believing system, just the practice remain, and the practice works, and works a lot. And now there are basically more than 2,000 scientific research on mindfulness in every possible application, for stress, for anxiety, for depression, for reduction of pain, for reduction of pain in cancer, for kids, for attention, because this practice is enhancing all the beautiful emotional system that we have inside. The love system, the care system, the endorphin system. It releases serotonin, so the body pleasure, the body relaxation. And so a pharmaceutical drug that can have all the interesting and important clinical effect does not exist. So the mindfulness is absolutely essential, is an essential tool for human health and evolution. So let's go to the mindfulness scientific tools and just see something. The scientific research prove a clinical effectiveness in medicine, psychology, and education, like stress, anxiety, depression, and promote well-being, satisfaction, self-esteem, empathy, better relation and collaboration between people, better learning capacity and memory, strong immune system. We can resume all this with their neurotransmitter and hormones. So let's see it again. A reduction of stress because cortisol and adrenaline get really low in level in the blood and in the brain. Increase feel-good hormones like endorphin, the satisfaction, the feeling of being there and life have a meaning. Increases hormone of love and affectivity because it is increasing oxytocin, the care system, the loving system. Improvement of the immune system. It lowering cortisol. Cortisol is really a substance that when is released at a higher level in the blood and for a long time is really reducing the effect of immune response. Is increasing hormones that reduce depression and like it increases serotonin and dopamine, and is a reduction of inflammation. Inflammation means bronchitis, gastritis, every possible inflammation because it's reducing cytokine.
Stop. We have to. You said increasing the hormones that reduce depression, and then you said it reduces serotonin. You mean it increases serotonin?
Increases.
So let's take it
okay.
from there again.
Okay.
Okay. And this is take two. Okay.
Okay. Take two. Increases the hormone that reduce depression by increasing serotonin and dopamine. The reduction of inflammation. All the inflammation of the body have been pushed by cytokine, and meditation reduces cytokine and inflammation. Improvement of blood pressure and heart activity is reducing all heart problem. That is the main cause of death and human disease. And of course is decrease muscular and nervous tension by lowering adrenaline and noradrenaline. This is something incredible. This is something very precious. So we understand why the importance of mindfulness in the present moment, in this historical moment. So, one big problem of mindfulness that have a very incredible effect, and we feel really a deep gratitude for Kabat-Zinn and all the other scientists and psychologists and doctors who have done all those researches. But we still know that in order to do some very practical practice like mindfulness, they have to reduce a part of his wholeness. I mean, usually meditation like mindfulness was for human spiritual growth. Is a self-aware tools for human evolution, and when we apply mindfulness as a tool for reducing stress or depression, is very effective, but it forgets about the real original point, that is human conscious evolution. So the second thing we understand that there was a different people that originally were using mindfulness. And so we create this mindfulness psychosomatic protocol, a path for global consciousness and transformation. Let's go and just see. Of course, awareness and transforming the therapeutic process into personal growth is one of our main points. And this is just a nice a group of people that one day just we choose to have a picture and we divide them in colors, and basically they were dressed spontaneously in all possible colors. And so we are trying to use all possible practice of ancient and present medicine and psychology and spirituality in order to support the basic effect of mindfulness. So our protocol doesn't use only the mindfulness, but mindfulness is at the center of something much integrated and bigger. The global approach of mindfulness is because we really want to take care not just of the mind healing process, but even of the heart, the emotional and the behavioral well-being. So the mindfulness protocol can be used in every moment of our life, in wilderness as far as in the city when we are working. Let's do some small point. Mindfulness seems to be the best practice for transformation and evolution of consciousness. And Kabat-Zinn, Siegel, and many others have done this basic, fantastic work. And mindfulness is like being consciously in the present moment. Watching your breath is the beginning. Then we start to watch much deeper state of mind and soul. It is easy to learn. We can teach it to children easily in 1 hour. It has no side effect. Awaken a deepened sense of being. And it's just this awareness of being in the body, or with no judgment. I feel good, yes. I feel bad, oh no. No, I feel good, I feel bad, I accept everything. Here and now. Just try not to go back in the memory or ahead in the future, but just connecting with our present and just be fully there in each moment of our life. Good or bad doesn't really matter. We learn much about the Satipatthana Sutta, that was the Buddha's speech for the stabilization of mindfulness. Because usually mindfulness is something that is easy to learn. Close your eyes, feel your breath, just now open, accept the bad and heavy thing that happen as well as the good one. But then we open our eyes and we lose this state of consciousness. Buddha teaching was basically oriented to take this state of consciousness all light long, better, or all life long. So each moment being in a state of presence, of consciousness, of self-awareness. In order to do this, he points something really clearly. In the beginning, just consciously inhale and consciously he exhale. Remaining present and in one's body, aware of the body, being in the body. But this is a main point because Western people in city, not only Western, even Eastern people in all over the world, when they are working hardly, stressfully in every part, in every city of the world, they forget about the body. They don't feel the body. We see yesterday the collective psychosomatic problem are really like cutting this sense of well-being. So in order to do a good mindfulness, we have to restore the capacity of being in the body. And he said, aware of the emotions, remaining in the emotions. And we saw in the previous lessons that people are really hard to express and to feel their emotion. We call it alexithymia. That is a collective disease. So we must learn how to teach people and to make people more aware, more sensitive, more open for their own emotion. If they are closing the heart and closing the emotion, they cannot go into that space of being, into that emotional state. And then aware of the mind, remaining in the mind. But he continued, aware of your identity, amkara, the sense of being. Usually in the normal mindfulness protocol, American protocol, there is not much care of the I, the sense of identity, the self. But this was one of the main points. Why? Because just becoming aware of who you are, of the bigger sense of identity, the self, it is like getting to the center. This is the main point to get center in your life and to get synchronized with all parts of your behavior, emotion, and thought. This is the very beginning, is the very core of being and of the future new paradigm. And he continued, aware of your mental structure, Shankara. Shankara are exactly the way we used to act. When we say, I'm like this, I do like this, I'm such a person, I'm always strong, I'm always sweet, I'm always laughing. These are the neuropersonality. And when people become aware of their own mind structure, pattern, we call it neuropersonality. So I'm always in that, I am too much maybe in this kind of neuropersonality. So I can watch, I can accept, and I try to balance. I try to get more wild, more open, more harmonically, dynamically, functionally in touch with all my potentiality. This is very important because when we are too much in one side, then we lose the center. We lose all our resources and potentiality. And everything, but he remained focused on with full self-awareness. And we are trying even during the day, and this even Kabat-Zinn and others do, just to try to remain in the space of self-awareness. And it's very precious. It changes the quality of life. You can even work hard, but you can work hard like this, losing yourself, engaged in your problem, in your duty, or you can do even hard work, even sometimes fast. You can even run in a space of self-awareness. And this is really changing our life without losing anything. So let's go to this slide on a psychosomatic body scan. Our psychosomatic protocol is working very deeply on psychosomatic block. That means that usually the old kind of meditations and mindfulness just watch something that is not right in your body or mind or emotional level, but they don't use to get into that in order to heal it. We do that, and we do that in a very deep way and very effective way. This, we call it psychosomatic body scan, is working on psychosomatic block. And the psychosomatic scan is really an advanced practice, so to become aware and dissolve the psychosomatic block. If we discovered many years ago that when you stay longer with your aware on your blockage, first you feel just the physical blockage. I feel something bad in my throat or on my chest. In the previous lessons, we did just a very few minutes, maybe 1 minute of this body scan. Feel the heaviness on your chest, or feel the tension in your body. Then we change. But we can stay even half an hour on the tension. And what happens is something really incredible. Because in the very first moment, when you feel like a blockage on your heart, and you feel, I feel heavy, I feel some tension, I feel like the whole chest is a kind of armor. And slowly we say, okay, just feel, don't change anything, and open. And we start to enter from the physical level to an energetic level. We express the meaning of energy like electromagnetic quantum energy. Let's remember that electromagnetic energy are done by photons. So when we enter in the energy field, we feel colors, light or darkness. We feel more the electromagnetic infrared heat or cold on the ultraviolet. So when you feel like the pain on your chest, then you say, okay, we ask if you should color or express which color, first of all, is more dark or is more light. And people say, well, I feel really good on my chest and really love movement, and it's really clear. And sometimes they say, well, I feel really dark on my heart. Which color? And sometimes people draw very dark color, red, blue, whatever, but dark. And on the other side, when they feel good and happy, they design like a yellow, green, pink, very light, and they can feel the shape and the kind of material, mainly of the blockage. So I feel like a stone on my heart. I feel like something that is shrinking my heart. Is really a little heart, or sometimes I feel a big heart, open heart. I feel closed heart. So they can draw it, they can design it, they can color. And this is the second level. But we can go much deeper. And we ask, okay, but this blockage, what kind of emotion is really closing? And when they feel the emotion, sometimes even in the voice, I feel a red color. And you see in the voice, in the face, that there is already an emotion. Okay, you are expressing an emotional tone in your voice. Just be more aware. Yes, is a sadness, or is an anger, or is a fear. And this is the third level, the emotional level. But we can go even to the fourth, the mental. When this blockage happen, when you start to feel this blockage, yes, I remember when my mother died, when something happened. So, and at the very end, the fifth point is the self. Did this blockage touch your identity, your deeper sense of self, or not? Some people maybe have dramatic car accident, and the day after they are just driving. Some people have a small accident, car accident, they don't want to drive anymore. That means in the second situation, the car accident was a stress, was a trauma, a shock that have influenced the self. So the self is hurt, is wounded. Body scan. These are pictures done by little kids in the school, in the elementary school. And you can see, we ask them, just have a slight silhouette of your body and just use the color, the more appropriate feeling of your blockage, and just draw it. And they are designed, stomach, heart, knees. Or this guy was fantastic, I remember him. He was a very, very tense children, maybe 6, 7 years old. And he was always pale and always tense. And after half an hour of mindfulness meditation, psychosomatic mindfulness protocol, he just felt like, I start to feel my energy flowing. It's like a kind of fire, it's hot, it's warm, it's not cold as before. And he drew his body like a fire network. And I remember this girl, and he's just the second time we did the second hour of the Gaia protocol, he said, I can feel now my heart. And I feel like my mind is opening and was looking like a flower. Maybe you can see that is a petal, 3 petals, and so they are designing good or bad feeling in a very appropriate way. And they wrote, this red could mean I feel really bad, or I feel allegria, happiness, joy. They wrote exactly the name of the feeling. So a person that is looking at that is like an X-ray done on an energetic, psychosomatic way. The global consciousness, the use of psychosomatic and mindfulness, and we are using technique of body awareness, emotional awareness, psychological awareness, and a larger new paradigm, scientific ecological awareness. Through the experience, the direct experience, as we did at the end of all our lesson, in order to get a global physical health, an emotional intelligence, a social better collaboration and interconnectedness, and just to feel global citizen, the global citizenship. The World Health Organization asked the doctor of all the world and the teacher of all the planet just to use these 10 life skills. The first we are using, these are the name of the World Health Organization life skill. The first we are using self-awareness, self-esteem, trust, coping with stress, and we do a lot of work in our psychosomatic paradigm. Empathy, and all the sharing is on this way. Effective communication, interpersonal socialization, creativity, and then of course decision and problem solving. So in our protocol, since many, many years, we are following the directive of the World Health Organization. These are the basic, the 7 basic practice we use in our protocol. The first is psychosomatic mindfulness. The second is psychosomatic body scan. Body scan just to feel all the trouble in our being, and slowly to use some other practice to get free of that blockage. Energetically, with the energy exercise, we develop 36 main physical exercise, breathing, moving, consciously exercise, in order to get free from the physical energetic part of the blockage, but this is not enough. We are using the managing of emotion and emotional intelligence. So when the physical energetic blockage is slightly open, then we work on the emotional plane, on the emotional dimension, by recognizing, by drawing, by sharing, by being able to express with voice and with design this kind of feelings. And this is really helpful. And then we use the empathic soft touch we saw in the previous lesson. So touching, moving, feeling the body even between two people. And then at the end we use this evolution meditation. That is a very simple practice. Everybody can download it from internet for free. That is basically helping us to feel our body in a very soft way, moving way, and is 48 minutes 24 minutes are dynamic movement, and the 24 minutes are just standing, relaxing, and feeling the wholeness of your body. Just by doing this energy and physical and emotional work, we are balancing, and those energy that are blocked becomes the very resources. So the blockage is the place where our energy is blocked. If we get free from the blockage, this energy becomes our energy. Anger becomes determination. Fear becomes attention. Many energy can become very helpful, very big resources. So usually this is not very important for us, but we have for doctor and psychologists a psychosomatic assessment. There is an interview. We are training our psychologists and doctors and even some teacher to watch for neuropersonality and 5 social parameters of social self-stability. Then we do the psychosomatic body scan, and we look for other big parameters, and then we are using this basic protocol. In the beginning, body work, energy, emotional, psychological. And this is very easy, very quick. In very short time, we can have very good result on a clinical, medical, and psychological level. So basically, we start with opening our heart, the heart of being, feeling just to be one with our breath, with our silence, with our emotion. And we are really creating what we call it a group, a collective field, a Buddha field. Buddha in Sanskrit means awake. So we are not Buddha instead like Buddhist, like an awakened field, a Buddha field. And people start to really feel what is this field, and they enjoy to be part of a group of higher level of consciousness and energy. And of course we do silent meditation. This is normal Vipassana under a tree. And we do, this is some exercise of energetic exercise. We have some sweet yin exercise, very feminine, very gentle. So you feel the whole body moving without thinking what you are doing, just doing it, just being into that. And we have some strong energy. So you use your male energy. You become able to deal with your anger, with your strength, and not express in a kind of violence of aggression, but in a very proper, conscious way. And a lot of our activity are oriented to get back to the, let's say, the playful system in our brain, the dopaminergic system. Learn how to play even when we are working or doing anything. Life is a playful experience, can be much more playful experience if we learn how not to get in a stressful, tense, control situation. And in this we have a website when you can freely download the basic practice of the mindfulness protocol. And in few years we have 270,000 downloads, and you can find all the basic practice of our protocol can be downloaded. So people can work with us maybe one weekend a month, and then during all the other days at home they can be practicing different kind of technique. And this, I'm sorry, this is in an Italian, but these are the scientific evidence how our protocol can have a very interesting clinical result on better perception of the body, better perception of emotion, less tension and stress in the body and in the mind, so it's getting better attention. they go better situation in school, better performances, better mood, better capacity to listen from other people, better feeling to be part of the group, and better co-evolution, co-existence with other people. So let's go now to a short psychosomatic self-experience. Usually we should talk about the self as our totality, but because many schools think about the self in a very metaphysical or only psychological way, so we add psychosomatic, even if for us is not really necessary, in order to say, let's get the feeling of be myself with a totality of my being. Okay, let's go for that. So now find a good seat, and just before getting really inside this mindfulness experience, let's stand up a second and really, with eyes closed, let's really stretch the body. In this experience, we really need the body. So just walk on your place, take your knee higher, like a march. Open your chest, open your breath, and stretch the knee, stretch all the back muscle of the spine. And open and close your hands. Just turn your shoulder, move your shoulder so you can feel a little more your breath, your throat, open your mouth, and just move your face. Just take a little massage on your eyes, your face, your mouth, your ears. And now, so we have very gently for a minute activated our body. We can sit again. Activation of body energy, activation of body dynamic movement can really help to increase serotonin and to feel much better our body. Otherwise, we are too much in our head and we don't feel the body enough. We should do this at least for 15 minutes, half an hour. But in this case, we just did 1 minute. And just feel the breath. If we had done good movement, your breath should be a little more open and free. Leave the mouth open. For a second, try to feel the whole body breathing. Whole body through the skin, we breathe. The skin is breathing, is exchanging oxygen, is releasing liquids and gas. And now let's get more inside. Let's feel the energy flow of the air getting inside and outside the nose. Let's feel all the eyes and front head in a more conscious way. And sometimes if we feel that is still tense, or slightly blocked. Just let's shrink our muscle and just move gently your eyes inside with eyes closed. And let's breathe all through the eyes and the front. Just feel like starting to get asleep, like a 10 minutes relaxation. All your face is more opening. You lose control, you don't need any tension, and just feel the whole head gently breathing, pulsating, even on the back side. It's a very soft, thin movement. And let's enjoy this movement. Let's feel how relaxing is the breath when you are conscious of it. And your mouth, the breath gets into the mouth, in the throat, in the neck. The shoulder, the chest, gently breathing. And don't try to control anything. The more you let it be, the more you get deeper into state of self-awareness. And since the beginning, in these few minutes, the breath probably have been slowing down. And just feel the heart. Learn how to feel your heart. And if you don't feel it, or maybe to feel it a little bit more intensely, just put one hand on your chest and feel the heat of your hand on your heart. And it's exactly the same position when we say I am, I'm me. And forget about your name, your age, your health state of economic work. Just feel who you are. Who are you? Just experience this feeling of being. And you are one from your head to the feet. And if I hurt your body, in each place, it's not that I'm hurting a piece of you. I'm hurting you. You feel pain. And on the same way, if I'm just caressing your skin in any place of your body, you will feel a kind of pleasure, of warmth. the wholeness, we call it unitary system, is a unity, is a one network. And just feel for a second, just leave your hands on your legs, open the palm towards the sky, and just open your heart and arm and breathe through the hands. Touching the hands of a person in a way is like touching him, touching his heart, if he have the feeling of his heart. Otherwise it's just hello, hello. And feel this circuit, hand, heart, hand. Very good. And then let's go even deeper in the belly. The belly is much connected with the reptilian brain, the oldest sense of identity, the body self. Let's breathe in all our belly. As we are trying to get asleep, just a moment before, we still are awake, and the body are relaxed, open. And your legs and your foot on the ground. Just breathe through all your lower part. And now let's try to feel the oneness. Head, throat, chest, belly, arm, legs. One breath, one pulsation. The whole psychosomatic network is flowing spontaneously, harmonically, with no control. And just enjoy this silence, this oneness. Open the feeling of self-love, self-awareness. And just feel the totality of your being, even all the field. When you get really into your center, you feel even that your energy is really expanding over the limits of your skin, all around you, 360 degrees. This is the experience of psychosomatic self. A whole being experience a whole psychosomatic experience. The breath, the being, and feel who you are, our deep nature, our deep state of being, of existing, and enjoy it. You exist. This psychosomatic self experience, awareness, is very important. In any moment of your daily life, you can really remember who you are, that you are a totality, you are inside. Very good. And just before open the eyes, just feel how it is easy to be in this state. It's the natural state of consciousness. Usually in our daily life we struggle in order to exist as what we want to be, as a doctor, operator, student, women, man. In this state you simply are, and it's so easy, so free, so natural. Consciousness, self-awareness, is not a state, an altered state of consciousness. It's the normal state of consciousness. Just feel it, enjoy, and let our eyes open again. And still feel the totality of your being. Okay, and let's bring this awareness, this self-awareness in each moment. Let's remember, self-remembering. Very important, very well. Thank you.